morning, everyone. It is Sunday morning. This is Spook, and we are live with a little bit of Minecraft. I'm going to turn the volume for the music off. Okay. Yeah, I was just looking at my levels there, and I'm a little concerned with how... Because the game audio isn't terribly important, so I'm really not keeping that up, because I'm mostly just going to be talking over said audio. And it's easier if I turn it down, and the music doesn't really help matters. Anyway, so, man, I installed Doom 2016 last night, and that might make an appearance on the channel. But jeez, dude, 60 gigs for a game is a lot. And I don't even think it's like a bad game or necessarily excessive with that large amount of gigabytes. But man, that is seriously a lot, and I think we're... sometimes I wonder if we've lost our way when it comes to game development, when something can take up that much space. I mean, I know technology changes and evolves as well as anyone. The first computer that I had regular access to was an 030 Mac running at a whopping 16 megahertz with 4 megs of RAM, and we tried... I used a program called RAM Doubler, which compressed RAM, and I don't know if it actually worked, but I could pretend like I had 8 megs of RAM. I'm pretty sure it might have actually been complete horseshit. But anyway, RAM upgrades were hard to get at the time too, because I was in middle school and high school. So of course, I'm not buying any upgrades for a computer. That's just kind of how things go. But this thing had a whopping 80 meg hard drive, and like, I've generated files that are larger than that on my own in this day and age. I mean, you can't find a like a flash drive that's that small. And these things change because we have greater capacity for a lot of stuff. Like 3D cards changed a lot. The speed of our processors let us get away with a lot more, but man, 60 gigs for a game, an admittedly very pretty game, don't get me wrong. The details are great, and there's just times I wonder, if we're doing it right. Because, I look at some of the big AAA titles, and they're even larger than that. It's like, well, we added 2 new multiplayer maps, so that's going to be 4 gigs. I'm like, what? I mean, it is truly amazing how far we've come. Audio at the time was something you rarely saved to your computer. For anything that was longer than a few seconds anyway. Without using audio compression, which was almost uniformly terrible. MP3 was not common, and because of some trademark issues with the Fraunhofer group, a lot of trademark, copyright, patent, God knows what else, issues. A lot of people just didn't use it, even when it became available. I know that for a long time I tried avoiding it in favor of Ogg Vorbis, just because it wasn't encumbered. And the audio didn't sound better, and it was maybe it was compressed somewhat nicely, but I guess I just got past the point of picking my audio codecs based on that ideology. So, things change. Okay, so these trees are falling apart rather nicely. My next step is going to be just going nuts with a shovel and trying to turn a lot of this land flat. I think I went off on a tangent about Populous. I'd probably play that one on stream just because it's a kind of obscure, um, very old game that I would totally do just because. But like I've been kind of having an urge to play old emulated games that I still love. But I just haven't. I haven't really found a way to do them that I like because a lot of them are relatively short. Like Contra, for example, personal favorite of mine. Totally love playing it. I for a while I could reliably 1cc it, no Konami code or anything, and I'd have to work back at it. But it's a 15-minute game, so it's kind of an odd thing to stream unless I'm basically just making multiple attempts at it, and I don't know necessarily how entertaining that is. I mean, granted, I'm sitting here grinding an island into something flatter so that I can farm on it more efficiently. So maybe I'm a bad judge of what's entertaining and what's not. I mean, for me, my favorite thing is going into a game blind and letting other people watch me suffer the first attempt at a game. Which is something I got into watching when I saw people play Dark Souls for the first time. And unfortunately, those are becoming quite the rarity now, because at this point, everybody's played Souls. They kind of know what they're in for, even if they don't know the specifics. They're ready for it, I guess. I mean, I still remember I played Dark Souls 3 for the first time with a friend of mine, and he had gotten up to get himself some dinner, and I run across the first boss. Well, I guess he's technically a tutorial boss, Eodex Gundyr. And I'm like, holy shit, you need to get in here, because I had gotten him to his second phase where this black mass that looks like a bunch of snakes just popped out of his back and totally changed the boss fight from being, a dude in big shiny armor to some kind of horrible monster. I'm like, man, I'm glad that something that even a tutorial boss in a Souls game can surprise me still. Of course, now we're waiting for Elden Ring, which is out next month, and I mean, I'm definitely going to be playing it. I'm a little concerned. Um, like I can afford to buy it full price, but I still have this thing where I don't like purchasing games full price in general. You know, I usually feel patience is the way to go. I don't know. Maybe that's just me and my weird old man opinions. Because I bought Dark Souls 2 the day it came out, and it was a special limited edition and everything. And I still call it the Buyer's Remorse Edition, because basically I just have a big box with a statue in it that I've never taken out. And I'm like, why in the hell did I buy this stupid fucking thing for as much as I did? It's also probably the Dark Souls game I've spent the most money on, because not only was it $120 for the special edition, I also wound up buying the season pass for all the DLC, and then I repurchased it on the PS2 for the Scholar edition, which... Okay, when Dark Souls 2 came out, there was this nice kind of sexy hardcover guide you could buy at the time, and I bought one. Because it's nice to know where things are sometimes. It's like, oh god, where do I get large Titanite shards, or, you know, how do I give my weapons the bleed status effect, that sort of thing. And with Scholar of the First Sin, they've moved around so much stuff and added so much stuff, I don't think that there's much in that guide that actually applies anymore. So, you know, put that as another line item on Buyer's Remorse Edition. So, I never pre-order games, and I rarely buy them new. I mean, I think Elden Ring is going to be safe, because I'm probably going to put a lot of hours into it. I'm concerned about it being open world, because, well, you can argue that Souls is technically open world. What did I do? I know I made 2 blast furnaces. Yeah, there they are. Because I don't think I'm going to be able to do a drop-in replacement for them. I think I have to rebuild the whole contraption. But I mean, if they do their thing more quickly, I'm on board. You might even say that's exactly why I bought 2 of them. I mean, we got a bunch of charcoal, and I'm acquiring all of the spruce, so I can make a whole bunch more. Which, okay. See, this is looking much more open now. We've gotten rid of some of those pesky trees. So I've also kind of lately wanted to do more new to me type games. So for example, one game that I love is StarCraft. And that was about the only RTS that I played at the time, and even for some time. Oh god, are these assholes again? I don't know why these guys are a thing, but seriously, fuck them in the neck. But anyway, StarCraft was about the only RTS I played. I tried Age of Empires once or twice, but it was one of those things where... Really? Where was I? But it's one of those games I really only had the opportunity to play with some friends on a network. Which is not a good introduction to any RTS game or any competitive game, because when your first attempt is playing against people who know what they're doing, it's very bloody very quickly, and most of the blood is your own. So I never really got into it as a game outside of that. Like lately I was thinking, you know, people really liked Command and Conquer, and I never gave that one any kind of fair shot. Maybe I should. I mean, I don't know how the single-player campaign holds up in this day and age, but I mean, given that Activision Blizzard is kind of a shit company for all the terrible things they do to their employees, I'm hesitant to play it, you know, StarCraft, much as I love the game, because I don't want any publicity for a horrible, horrible company. And granted, we're being very loose with publicity here because I'm literally nobody playing to an audience of very few people, but I don't know, it just feels like I should do the ethical thing and not play that. And honestly, who wants to watch somebody play the StarCraft single-player campaign at all? So, okay, up we go. I'm going to turn this into usable land, I really am. because my Minecraft instinct is still, if it's worth doing, it's worth overdoing. And look at all this land. But yeah, I sort of want to do stuff like Command and Conquer, since people seem to like it. I'm like, well, I never gave it a fair shot, and that falls in my whole jumping into a game blind and letting people watch me fail at it, because that's kind of my brand. I say as I play Minecraft, which is a game of zero danger. But anyway. So I'm wondering, if I expand my farm here, should I take the time to make sure I have the whole area covered? Because I haven't actually done the work to see if snow will cover a... oops, I haven't looked to see if snow will cover a tilled block, and I should probably figure that out. I mean, I can put heat sources all over the place, given that I have torches and quite the supply of spruce I can shove into the contraption. Blast. I'm just going to keep running myself out of shovels. You know, it's sad. I'll see somebody come in, but I never see them chat. And it's always kind of a bummer. It's like, hello, new person. I'm happy to interact with you. But I always just get silence. You know, the whole social aspect of Twitch kind of fails when nobody wants to talk to you. It's, makes me feel like, I can't leave my regular life behind. Hey, let's go check on my tilled spot over here. No snow. Oh, wait, there's a torch over there, so that doesn't tell me anything. Never mind, I have the dumb. You know, I'm still lacking the capacity to make a Silk Touch pick, which would be a nice way to move water around. Because you can't stack buckets, but you can stack ice blocks. Well, you can stack empty buckets, but before somebody picks that nit, as it were. Okay, so... Oh, I guess I hadn't realized I hadn't never picked up sand before. Okay, so let's melt some snow. The Lazy asshole mat winner. Okay, so we've got some big open space that I can do a bunch of farming on. And one of the things I want to farm a bunch of are pumpkins, because I have stupid ideas, and I make people watch my stupid ideas. I might be a terrible person. Bad Omen? Like the Megadeth song? Oh. Okay, we'll get the blast furnace, and I'm going to go ahead and rebuild this, but with blast furnaces instead of regular furnaces. I think I can leave that one there. See, I don't know if these are going to feed in when I replace the furnaces, or if I'm going to have to replace everything. If I'm lucky, I can just place the blast furnaces and be done. Alright, let's see what happens here. Go ahead and get a stack of spruce. And that's only going to need 8 charcoal. So we'll load the charcoal up. Okay, that's feeding in fine, and oh, so I can't use a blast furnace for this purpose. Well, that was worth a shot. Live and learn, I guess. Oh, wait. Okay, live and learn. I'll take some dirt with me for the moment, and pumpkins, and I've got your mom. Okay. You ever have your phone send off a notification, and then you open it, and the notification is already gone? That seems to be a big part of my life lately. Oh, it's dark out. Let's take a nap. There we go. I guess at some point I should get back to mining, but I want to get the pumpkin farm open. Okay. Hello, open ground, and dead zombie perp. Cool. I did not bring any tools with me. Really? I've done plenty of work here. I'm not going to see you fuck it up. bastard. I guess I have to make another shovel. Okay. There, plenty of shovels. Oh, I'm gonna need buckets if I'm gonna do any of this. Because I want to keep that, I want to keep the field hydrated. There we go. So, instead of a proper desk, I'm using a projection table, which is kind of like a really heavy card table. So the unfortunate side effect of this is there's a big section underneath that does not have any free space, because the whole mechanism folds in such a manner that you can't really sit comfortably, because you're not meant to. It's literally designed for a different purpose entirely. Oh, bones! Hey, I love free bones. So I always wind up in these awkward positions, and it's like, man, I should buy a proper desk, but I gotta see where things are going with my job. You know, see if I still have said job after the next couple of weeks. And, okay, so we'll dig a hole here. 1, 2, 3. Scratch that. Okay, so you get four spaces from water that are considered irrigated. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And water flows a number of spaces. One more, I think? Nope. There we go. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is it 7? Oh, I see we're up to all kinds of things here. Aha. So we'll do it again over here. There we go. And we'll knock some of these out of the way. Blast. Oh. Let's clean this up a little by making a bunch of snow blocks. Whoops. Yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, so I can place one there. And then every third block, as long as we stay within the irrigation range. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. So I can't really put one here unless I do more irrigation. Oops. Oh. Let me tell you, one thing I don't miss from my old job back when I was a security goon was how I got constantly shafted with shoveling snow all around the place. Because, you know, our first priority is making sure that the employees don't come to any injury, which can happen very easily if it gets cold and wet out. So I'd be out there a lot of mornings in the winter, just dealing with all the snow that had fallen and hoping that it wouldn't turn to ice. And you know, there was so much sidewalk there that one person can't really do all of that very easily. So it was just a complete pain in the ass. Especially, you know, and this is just typical of people. I'd have just spent like an hour outside cleaning up as much as I can, and someone would come by and complain about how cold and wet it was out, and they'd be the kind of idiot wearing heels that, you know, you just want to yell at them. It's like, dude, it is February. It is shitty out. Do not wear heels. Put them in your purse. Wear normal shoes and switch if you absolutely feel the need to wear them. Oh, you know what? I have some bones here. I can at least make some of this stuff come up a little more quickly. I mean, I'd like to, but, finding that hitbox can sometimes be elusive. Oh, look at that. Our first harvest. Okay, well, we're starting to see what we came here for. And there's a regular harvest I can do here too. Okay, so I'm going to set aside this stuff from this project for now. Whoops. Let's keep that on me. Because we've started to make headway. Now I just want to go mining for a bit because I'm feeling lazy. As always, I'll keep buckets with me.